Treating patients with cannabis and Thai pharmacopeia. Treating patients with cannabis and Thai pharmacopeia for cancer, lack of oxygen in the brain, Parkinson's, psoriasis, leukemia, multiple myeloma, embolism, rash, shingles, and hyperthyroidism. MD psychiatrist, medical cannabis specialist from Thailand, Dr.Jintana Manorompatrasal.
Dear honorary guest, I would like to share my experience at the clinic to show you how impressive after the treatment with the medical cannabis, the real history of the patients. Actually, I have inspired the reason to use medical cannabis after my 35 years of practice in conventional way of medicine. But still I feel I am suffering with my patient at the terminal stage of cancer. And one day when I attend the conference with the medical cannabis, I found the answer for them. Please see the real case at the Sawasdee Clinic, treated by myself with deep impression. Now we use cannabis for many conditions like Alzheimer, anorexia, anxiety, asthma to help relieve breathing activity, help ataxia, difficulty in movement, help bipolar emotion, which means the emotion with depression, and cachexia, which means loss of appetite until he cannot eat anything, for cancer, for cardiovascular disease, for chronic fatigue, for chronic pain, for Crohn's diseases, which means they have some inflammation of autoimmune disease in the intestine, for diabetes, because of medical cannabis help to reduce blood sugar, help to improve mood in depression patient, help improve epilepsy to stop convulsion, help relieve fever, because cannabis can help reduce inflammation or fibromyalgia, inflammation in muscle, such a sample of disease. There are research which help us give information that there are receptors in our bone to stimulate bone growth, which means we can use cannabis to improve osteoporosis when we get age. This is a very big market for everyone when we get old. Our bone reduce bone tissue and we develop osteoporosis and get easily crack or fracture. We can prevent the osteoporosis in the aged patient by taking regular medical cannabis daily. This is the study from Slesinski telling us that even in experiments, it shows that medical cannabis help inhibit cell division, proliferation of cancer cell, stimulate cell autophagy and apoptosis, which means help cell lysis of the cancer cell. And also it helps stop metastasis. It means prevent tumor metastasis in our body. Cannabis can help relieve pain. When compared to THC, which is the very important component in cannabis, the 33 milligram of THC works the same as morphine at 60 milligram to relieve pain. This is the study of the Nurse Association in England. This is another study telling that there are receptors of cannabis in our bone. This is the reason why if we continue to use it regularly, we can have our strong bone until age. There are many forms of cannabis. In a new modernized, we can see the cannabis tampon to help women relieve their menstrual pain. In Thailand, we have government pharmaceutical preparation of cannabis to be used in a modernized way as a CBD oil, THC oil, or preparation of THC and CBD at 1:1 ratio to help to use it simply just oil drop in our mouth, and it will be absorbed very fast in our stomach within. It will work after an hour. But one of the best is to combine with Thai traditional herbs, and now we have at least 16 pharmacopeia to be used, like Akani Wakana Suksayat or Apaisali or Paisali, etc. Each recipe have different pharmaceutical effect in our body, such as rheumatism or Parkinson. In Thai, we call it relief Santakat Loop Nok, which means chill all over our body like Parkinson patient. Or they are Paisali. Paisali is another pharmacopeia. It was used since Buddhist era about 2,000 years ago, since Indian area, and then we continue to use as Buddhism come to Thailand, and then we continue to use until nowadays for chronic rheumatism, muscle pain or bone pain or joint pain. It works very fast even for the patient with autoimmune disease like a lupus, which have pain all through the body. I have a patient who was treated with steroid or immunosuppressive drug, and still suffer from the disease of inflammation all through the body. But once he come to my clinic and treated with the formulation of rheumatism medical cannabis, after 2 weeks he come back again, and thanks to the pharmacopeia which relieve, he can sleep, he can walk, he can do everything as needed simply after he cannot do anything about 10 years. This is how cannabis work in our body as anticonvulsant, analgesic to relieve pain, antipsychotic to relieve depression, to help sleep, to help improve to be euphoria, anti-inflammation to relieve fever and pain, anti-arthritic relieve joint pain. It works as immunosuppressive drug, so we can use in autoimmune disease like lupus, like rheumatoid arthritis, like psoriasis, like Crohn's disease, irritable bowel syndrome, or chronic dermatitis, inflammation of our skin as psoriasis. Someone fear of cannabis, please be confirmed that when we study as a dependent stage of some narcotic, when compare, cannabis is very low addict, lower than tobacco, lower than cocaine, lower than ketamine, lower than morphine. Is degree as 1. It was classified as 1 chance of narcotic, but for medical cannabis, we can use it without any addiction. It has high safety and it is very easy to use. In Thai, we use it as oil to massage on our body to let it absorb through our skin. We can use it as oil to drop in our mouth. We can use it as a drop in our nose to be breathe in easily, or even use it as to apply through our colon. And it could be used as patch on our skin to be absorbed. So it's simply to be used at home. No need to go to the hospital. It could help you save your budget to treat yourself at home under supervision of the doctor. In Thai, we allow to use by the medical doctor, by traditional doctor, by the dentist, by the vegetarian. So we can classify the patient to be used with medical cannabis by 5 groups. The first group, which come more than other group, is a cancer group. About half of my patient is cancer group. The next one is the age group for such as hypertension, Parkinson, Alzheimer's, stroke, hypertension, diabetes, mellitus, multiple sclerosis, or aging arthritis. The group of emotion like a depression, sleep difficulty, narcotics. We can use cannabis to help the patient who suffer from narcotics, such as cigarette smoking, who want to stop alcohol drinking, or who use ketamine, who use morphine. We can use cannabis to treat this patient, and it works very well and fast and happy ending. The patient with the autistic group with hyperactivity, this group responds very well with medical cannabis, especially CBD drop. The patient who suffer from migraine, it works very well and very pleasing relief within first few days. In the modern way of the young age group who suffer from office syndrome of neck pain, shoulder pain, they can use medical cannabis to relieve such muscle pain very well. Fibromyalgia, radiculitis, nerve root pain, or even men's pain. The patient who suffer from epilepsy convulsion, this is the WHO indication to use it. Cannabis can help glaucoma, can help relieve eye tension, can help hepatitis C, and even hemorrhoid. This is all worked through Thai traditional medical cannabis pharmacopeia. It helps relieve symptoms of asthma, chronic cough, hiccup, or nausea, vomiting. I like to present you the data from my private clinic, about 7,500 patients, half male, half female. Most of them are adult or aged people. Only 1% is under 15 years. 96% is Thai. Only 3% is Caucasian, and 1% are ASEAN like Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, or from China. And because most of the patients are cancer patients, 40% of them has family history of cancer. Mostly they come with themselves, someone who is so sick or very chronic until he cannot come to my clinic. His relative or representative can come, and we take history, or we take record of investigation or blood test or x-ray test to help give him some remedy to relieve suffering at home. More than 50%, 56% suffer from cancer. 43% suffer from other disease, which I will show you Thai patients, about 40%, 38%, they use it at home by themselves before coming to visit the doctor. That means cannabis is close to Thai. We are used to it and we know it well, but we need some guidance or need some supervision from the doctor. That's the reason why they come to see the doctor. They know how to use it, but simply if they suffer from chronic disease or very life-threatening disease, they go to see the doctor who is a specialist in medical cannabis. Most of them suffering from colon cancer or lung cancer or breast cancer or liver cancer, prostate cancer, lymphoma. This is a cancer of the white blood cell, ovarian cancer, cervix cancer, cancer of the bile duct, and brain cancer. Sorry, it's in Thai, but this is another group of disease which they're suffering from stroke, Alzheimer, Parkinson, from musculoskeletal pain, from emotion of non-sleep difficulty, of depression, of bipolar. There are lots of teenagers come to my clinic with bipolar, and they respond very well with mild CBD drop. The group of autoimmune disease responds very well too. Most of the cancer patients who comes, they already have treatment conventionally from the hospital, such as operation, radiotherapy, and chemotherapy, and finally they need another alternative treatment, and then they come to visit the medical cannabis clinic to help them the proper medical treatment by medical cannabis. We ask them to complete the questionnaire of satisfaction result after a month. 94% satisfied, 6% still not satisfied. What kind of satisfaction? Pain relief, appetite improvement, bladder and bowel function better, better sleep, quality of life sleep, and tumor titer reduction. The pain score improved for 41%. The appetite improved at 51%. The sleep improved at 67%. The bowel and bladder function improved at 38%. Emotion improvement is 42%. The tumor titer lessened by 87%. The quality of life, which means traveling, which means they can help themselves by eating, combing, dressing, or sit or stand or movement, better at 53%. The side effect, yes, for 23%. What side effect? Side effect of cannabis use is dizziness or dry mouth or red eyes, palpitation or rashes or low blood pressure or some hallucination, but all are mild and disappear within a week for 55%. Now come to see the experience of treating the patient with medical cannabis. We use it mainly by traditional pharmacopeia in Thai recipe, mixed up with the cannabis oil or spray to apply in the nasal mucosa or apply through the skin by massage the oil, and the result is very dramatic. See the first case of cancer of colon, the large intestine. He's the man with 61 years, and he has colon cancer metastasis spread to 5 organs in his body, to the liver, to the pancreas, to the lung, to the spine, and to the bladder. His weight lost about 15 kilograms in few months. Also, he has his older brother suffering from the cancer too. He is a lawyer, and he couldn't move because so weak, just on the bed. and was treated in the government hospital conventionally by chemotherapy. He called to his brother, "I also suffer the same colon cancer as you. What can I do?" His older brother says, "Please go to try the alternative medical cannabis and visit the clinic. I was treated for a year and I've survived. I work normally at home." He come and got the treatment. Within the first week, he can go back to work as a lawyer. And finally, we do follow up with him from May 2020 to June to July, August, September until October. The spreading site recovered for 3 sites at the bone and the mass at the liver and at the lung squeezed to a small one. The mass at the colon squeezed to a very small one until he can pass the operation last week. Very well recovery. This is another case of cancer of prostate. After the treatment, his tumor titer reduced from more than 1,000 microgram per milliliter to 2.47 in a year. This is a young lady, 27-year-old, suffering from cancer in her nose. After got chemotherapy, she suffered from hair loss with baldness. She's a girl, a very pretty woman, and the woman loves hairs. We offer her a medical cannabis hair gel on December. See her baldness on her head. After 2 months, some small hair come out. After 5 months, her hair loss recovered to be young lady with black hair beautifully. Give her a very happy life. This is another woman at 67. Actually, she come to treat with the lung cancer and she recovered very well. See how her look, she can smile, but see her head. She come to see me first with baldness after treatment with chemotherapy. After we offer her a cannabis hair gel applied nightly, she recovered well with a beautiful hair. Happy life. This is quality of life after treatment with medical cannabis application, combined with the conventional treatment after operation and after chemotherapy. Another case of ovarian cancer. We treat her with medical cannabis. She recovered very well from ovarian cancer, and also we see her baldness. She is she, but she said other people call her uncle because she developed baldness with completely hair loss after chemotherapy. We not only treat her lung cancer with medical cannabis, but we give her quality of life by applying cannabis gel on her head nightly. Month by month, she come back with full hair on her head and live happily as a gardener in normal quality of life without any cough, regain her weight. This is another girl with cancer of liver. She was treated completely with chemotherapy until the doctors say she have about few months to live. Please go and have a peaceful life at home, no more treatment. So she come to the medical cannabis clinic and asked for any alternative treatment. We give her medical cannabis. See how her head look with baldness on her hair and very thin lady. After month by month treatment, 7 months past, see her hair black, beautiful. She can go to work as beauty assistant and gain her weight and live happily. Just with medical cannabis treatment, her mens come back. Her cycle come back at normal woman. This is the breast cancer after surgery. Take the breast out and get the radiotherapy with burn on her skin. We treat her together with medical cannabis combined with conventional cannabis in the hospital, and also give her the cannabis cream to apply on the burned skin. See how her skin look more beautiful after 4 months use of cannabis cream to the skin nightly. This is the cancer of the breast spreading on the skin. So we give her the tablet and oil of cannabis. Also the cannabis cream applying on the skin. See how she get better and better on her skin. Less and less tumor on her skin after 4 months. This is also the brain anoxia after convulsion. He stopped breathing and then he developed spasticity of his hands and arms and legs. We combine the cannabis with the other medicine conventionally. He recover well, can move some arms and leg better. A lady with cancer of liver. After the treatment, you see her belly is smaller and smaller. Better breathing, better sleep on the bed, better movement on the bed. This is a case of Parkinson. The general in the army at 66, he suffered from Parkinson for 16 years, cannot stop his leg. He sit with leg movement and automatically cannot stop like this. So loss of energy every seconds. Then let's try a small drop of cannabis oil. Please see the result after 1 hour. He can sit smoothly, no more abnormal movement. The same man, just 1 hour after cannabis drop, 2 drops. Another woman suffering from she cannot stop body movement any second. So she's so thin because all the energy consumption due to the unstopped movement of Parkinson. After we prescribe her cannabis as Thai Pharmacopeia. See how she can sit beautifully. She can sit and talk normally, go to the party, go to visit her relative. See how different from the previous video. Just after few months, what she's suffering from more than 10 years. Another very impressive cases of Parkinson. See the man at 57. He is the government officer and he is so depressive of Parkinson because he cannot do anything at the office. He planned to do early retire and stay at home. He cannot walk. First visit he come by wheelchair, sitting on a wheelchair with very depressive mood and faces. See his faces. How he has to do sit to stand with assistant, cannot stand up himself. And see, after a month, we make follow-up visit, appointment with him. He come and walk to see the doctor. No more wheelchair. Next month, he come and talk lively. See the same man after few months treatment with medical cannabis. Walk well, better quality of life, going to work normally, not thinking of retire anymore. See the cases of psoriasis. The man at 52 improved bit by bit gradually by taking oral cannabis and skin application cannabis cream. See how this man changed month by month, suffering from psoriasis since he's a teenage. See the look at his face, how different after 3 months of cannabis treatment. This lady is suffering from dermatitis on her face, and see how her look more beautiful. Psoriasis after treatment for few months. Less itching, less skin rash, more beautiful look. See her back. See the leg, better and better month by month. Breast cancer spreading to the skin. See less and less skin tumor. Please look at this man's face. He's suffering from multiple myeloma. First, he cannot come to see the doctor. His wife come to see the doctor with picture of him. After 2 months, he can come to the clinic, and the other month he can come and see how he gained his weight, how he look happily, improve month by month from myeloma. Cancer of the lung. First he has to come by wheelchair. After a month he walk to see the doctor. The chronic pain, the chronic wound treated with cannabis. The rash treated with cannabis cream. This is the man suffering from tingle on his face. We prescribe him the Cannabis Pharmacopeia and cannabis cream applying on the lesion on the face. Just 2 months. He recovered well. This man suffering from tingle for more than 10 years and after use cannabis. Tingle treating for a month. Treating the chemotherapy side effect on skin. Treating the chemotherapy side effect on the skin with cannabis. With the black skin and ulcer on skin, recover very well shortly. See how the breast cancer recover month by month. The mass listen and listen. This lady suffering from breast cancer and spread to the brain, and then she has eyelid drop. After the treatment, just a month, she can open her eyes widely because of brain tumor reduce the size. See the size in the throat reduction. This lady suffered from thyroiditis with eye protruding, and see her eyes come to normal position. So this is some of the patient treating simply with medical cannabis and recover very fast, recover her normal happy life peacefully at home at reasonable price to help her everyone economic simply at home. Consider medical cannabis. Thank you very much.